We're going to start out in the police department. The police department attended Big Brothers Big Sisters Heroes for Kids event that was held at the Ellis County EMS building. Basically, they took some of their equipment, vehicles out, and kids see what the police department's working with. They also supplied security for Brews on the Bricks event. We had the bike patrol out in force, and I'm happy to report that there were no incidents at the event at all. It went off without a hitch. On to the Public Works Department. The Service Division of the Public Works Department this month removed and replaced some decking on the Centennial Street Bridge. A while back, you may recall that I reported that we put some trash collectors in at some of our drainage ditches, and as you might remember, a few weeks ago we had a pretty good rain event. We were able to take some pictures of those trash collectors and see that they were working exactly as they were planned to work. So this will save a lot of time for our public works people. They won't have to go out and clean the ditches out. They just get to clean that one spot. And those were all fabricated in-house. Saved us quite a bit of money doing it that way as well.
That's a great idea.
On to IT. We don't often have a lot of events from IT, but we did complete the fiber connection to the Parks Department in the last month. That's a pretty big deal for the Parks Department. We're expecting productivity to double or triple, maybe quadruple out of the Parks Department now that they have a faster internet connection. On to the Fire Department. The Fire Department completed their annual required FAA airport firefighter refresher training this month. We also continue to work with Ellis County Fire Department on automatic aid training. This is some training where they're using rural water methods of pumping things. It's not something that we do inside the city. Normally we just hook up to the fire hydrant and we're ready to go. So it's a little bit different, but we're getting the hang of it out there. We actually did a lot of training at the fire department this month, so much I didn't want to do a slide for everyone, so I just kind of list a couple of things we did. We had a helicopter ambulance landing zone training. We practiced skills needed for grain bin rescue. We did technical rescue training, and then we also did hazmat training. On to the Water Resource Department. The Division of Water Resources replaced it's the Department of Water Resources. They replaced a portion of a 6-inch line that carries sludge from the bottom of the East Primary Basin. This line had some issues with the design in the past, so it's prone to clogging. So they got in and they cleaned everything out, put some clean outs in. Should make things work much easier in the future. And I just want to show you this picture. They sent this with all kinds of headings to tell you where the water went. And I'll tell you what, we have some people that understand things that it's pretty difficult to understand. Getting in there, knowing where the water's going and where it's supposed to go. It's pretty complex, but those guys do a great job of doing what they need to do to get the sludge going in the right direction and the water going where it needs to go.
Pipes that looked like they were just put in. Paleolithic period.
We also had a retirement in the Department of Water Resources. Roger Mork was the wastewater superintendent. He retired. He worked for the city for just over 5 years. And as you're doing your spring cleaning, we want to encourage you to also take a look at your sprinkler systems. As the summer months come up, people will be out watering their lawns. We just want you to take a look at those, make sure that they're in operating condition. If you have any questions or concerns about how much water you're putting on your lawn, you can go to hazesusa.com. We've got some guidelines laid out that show you exactly how much water you need. On to the Parks Department. After 16 years, the equipment, play features at the Hayes Aquatic Park were refurbished. I've got some before and afters. We have a snake, an alligator, and then everybody's favorite, the frog.
Mussel frogs. Memorial. Sean Mussel Memorial Slog Fry. Slog Fry?
Slog fry?
That's a lovely spoon that was, isn't it? Slog Fry.
I'm writing that down. Slog fry.
Sean Mussel Memorial.
And as you can see, these the refurbishment, it turned out really well. I mean, they did a great job.
They really
It looked
are
really
good.
good. I think that Sean and his whole family are going to be really happy with that also.
My one time I go to the pool this next year, it'd be great to look at.
We'll move on to the CBB. National Travel and Tourism Week will be held from May 7th to the 13th, and we will have a reception at the CBB on May 11th from 2 to 4. They'll have some light hors d'oeuvres, have a come and go reception there if you want to stop in. CVB also placed a new billboard. This is 3 miles west of Hayes, highlighting some of our local food.
Sandwich.
And then the last thing for you, I just the 150th anniversary of the city of Hayes, Ellis County, and the historic Fort Hayes is coming up this year, or it's actually this year. So we'll have all kinds of events happening. They're going to start posting those things around town. You'll see advertisements, and if you want to see the whole list of events, you can go to visithays.com and check that out. But there'll be a lot of events going on. We're partnering with a lot of different organizations. It's going to be a
Mr. Wood,
good time.
since the city itself is 150 years, could there be a link on the city's website? Could there be an announcement we're 150 years old on the
Sure.
city's website? I mean,
Absolutely.
if you were 150 years old, you'd be very old. And we'd want to celebrate
We can
that.
celebrate you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think we can make that work. And that's all I have.
Jacob, I really wanted to comment about this though, because it was brought up that it is a city celebration. I think everybody kind of got on board at that time. The groups that have gotten together to put together the events, I am really proud of this community and the way they came together. 150 years is a big deal. Commissioner Schwaller told us that early in the year, and people did really jump aboard. Downtown
They did.
Hayes is involved, the Historical Society, CBB is doing
Wild
some
West
amazing
Festival.
stuff, Wild West Fest.
For everybody.
It's just everybody getting together, and that's what it's all about. So congratulate them all for us, please.
We can do that.